What up? How's it going? So today we're going to begin my reaction to The Sopranos. I actually just saw an article that said The Sopranos is the hottest show of 2020, and that makes sense. Because there's a whole generation that didn't witness it, okay? I've seen a lot of people say, hey, this show was important, it birthed, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's two things behind that. Some people are under the assumption that I don't know about The Sopranos because I haven't watched it. Nah, I know about The Sopranos. Remember, I was around before all of this streaming in the way shit is now. There was only the basic channels and then HBO, right? Even you had like FX, they was doing stuff like The Shield, but I think that came later. But so when The Sopranos, Sex and the City, shows like that, they were very, very big news at the time because they were pulling in numbers that until then they did not realize cable could do. Okay? For one, the business model for HBO is different. They were able to get away with things that other channels can't. Okay? The other channels, the main channels, they gotta do some other things, right? Basic cable, they have to do some other things. Whereas HBO is damn near the Wild West, right? So when people say that The Sopranos changed everything, it's deeper than that. HBO changed everything, okay? You have a show like Oz. If you haven't seen it, you may not like it. I'd say go watch an episode or two. And you're gonna be like, you may not be shocked because that type of stuff's on all over the streaming sites now, but at the time, I want you to go back to when that came out and put yourself like, oh, yo, they were doing this? Yeah, they were getting away with it because it was on cable, right? You could get away with stuff like that. Then you had shows like Arliss. You had The Sopranos, Sex and the City, and they were making waves. And then you had a show like The Wire. HBO would take chances on these shows. Some of them got ratings, Sex and the City, Sopranos. Some of them didn't, like The Wire, becomes a bigger hit after it goes off. But they were taking chances with the storytelling, okay? And it allowed TV to take the spot of film. There's crescendos with Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad. Like, we get to a point where we had big time actors, and the whole thing was TV is kind of beneath a movie actor. Now you had these big time movie stars that wanted to be on TV. Okay, HBO laid the groundwork for that, and I know I'm talking a lot, but I'm saying all this because HBO actually, when it comes to media that I've consumed, means a lot to me. And it's going to sound crazy. I don't fuck with that show, Sex and the City, but I've seen more episodes of that than I've seen of The Sopranos. And I have no idea why. I've seen maybe the first couple of episodes of this. I remember him and his daughter going on like a college trip or some shit, right? Remember that. I know about Gabagool, right? I know about that. This show meant so much to just the entire country at a certain time. They were doing skits on it. There's a funny ass skit. Go look it up. Will Sasso from Mad TV. There used to be a channel called PAX. And PAX was like this wholesome channel. And the joke was they were showing The Sopranos on there. So they had to edit it down. It'd be like a 5-minute episode of The Sopranos. Right. But anyway, I'm ready to watch this because I already know I'm going to enjoy it. That's another weird thing about this. Because I love HBO shows and HBO shows are that important to me and I understand their importance going forward, it's pretty crazy that I haven't seen this. But y'all have given me a reason to. Shout out to the Patreon. Shout out to the patrons. Shout out to all the subscribers, the viewers. Let's go ahead and get this started. The Sopranos. Oh, yeah, you got Lorraine Bracco, Edie Falco in here.
Mr. Soprano?
Yeah.
Getting her to be in the show, I know that had to be some sort of coup for the showrunners. Like, yo.
You collapsed. Possibly a panic attack? You were unable to breathe?
They said it was a panic attack. Of course, all the blood work and the neurological work came back negative.
How are you feeling now?
Good.
What line of work are you in?
Waste management consultant.
Any thoughts at all on why you blacked out?
Stress, maybe. It's good to be in something from the ground floor. I came too late for that. I know. But lately, I'm getting the feeling that I came in at the end. I think about my father. He never reached the heights like me. He had his people. They had their standards. They had pride. Today, what do we got?
Did you have these feelings of loss more acutely in the hours before you collapsed?
I don't know.
Yeah.
A couple months before, there's these 2 wild ducks landing
I
in
swear,
my pool.
I think I've seen the beginning
It's
of
amazing.
this
They're from Canada
maybe
or
3
someplace,
times.
and
Like
on
I've started it
mating
and just
season.
never continued.
They had some ducklings.
You, with those ducks.
And listen, if you don't like that ramp, I'll build you another one. Maybe it's the wood.
Hold on. Hold on, one moment. The very fact that he found something that makes him happy and no one is like, yo, look at Dad. He's over there happy. They're all like, ugh, bird shit. She's like, him with them fucking ducks.
Miss Meadow, we made a deal. You keep your school grades up and you keep your curfew between now and Christmas. Then you get to go.
I know this.
You're gonna be home tonight for Anthony Jr.'s birthday party, right? Birdman, hello?
Yeah, I'll get home early from work.
Hey, anybody almost forget how long ago 20 years was? I know that sounds crazy, but looking at that kitchen, I'm like, God damn, that shit look like it's from the 70s, even though it's not. And if I saw something from the 70s, I know it's from the 70s, but to me, that shit looks so old. But in my mind, it shouldn't look that old, right? Because I was there, it looked the state of the art.
Birdman, hello?
Yeah, I'll get home early from work.
I'm not talking about work.
Now, here's an example of what I was talking about before. Did you call, what's his name, down at Triborough Towers about the Harlan contract?
I got home too late last night. I didn't want to wake the man up. I was nauseous this morning. My mother told me I shouldn't even come in today.
Bear in mind, this is a kid who just bought himself a $60,000 Lexus. My friend Mahaffey, porn is taffy.
Hello.
We saw this guy, and there was this issue of an outstanding loan.
Can I stop you for a second? I don't know where this story is going. But there are a few ethical ground rules we should quickly get out of the way. What you tell me here falls under doctor-patient confidentiality, except if I was to hear, let's say, a murder was to take place. Not that I'm saying it would, but if.
I heard there was a comedian on this podcast called Tiger Belly. It's Bobby Lee's podcast, right? They had this comedian on there who was like, yeah, he was a gangster when he was young, and he still suffered from trauma and stuff like that. They asked him had he ever thought about talking to somebody, and he said, talking to somebody, they fucking kill you. Right? And this is one of those things where this show only works because he's who he is. I don't know how it goes from here on out. Maybe people do end up with a problem of him talking to people and shit like that, of him talking to somebody. But, yeah, like if you was like some low level dude and they found out you was talking to, spilling your guts, it don't matter if you went, no, I didn't tell him anything about the business. He's like, oh, word? Body here, head there.
If a patient comes to me and tells me a story where someone's going to get hurt, I'm supposed to go to the authorities. You said you were in waste management.
The environment.
Dr. Cusimano, besides being your family physician, is also your next-door neighbor. See what I'm saying? I don't know what happened with this fellow. I'm just saying.
This type of music just sound like pinky rings. Run up on that motherfucker.
You all right?
My leg's broken, the bone's coming through.
Let me see.
I'll give you a fucking bone, you prick! Where's my fucking money?
So you had coffee.
What are you doing? Get over here.
That's
Get over here.
Help him whoop some ass.
$3,000.
Where's the fucking money?
Making him get his hands dirty.
I know you'll get the fucking money. But you know what you should get? A cork in your fucking mouth, because you're telling people I'm nothing compared to the people that used to run things. You prick. Shut up. You crying about HMO, huh? You're covered. You prick.
In probably every mobster movie, somebody has said the fucking degenerate or degenerate fucking gambler, right? They look down their nose on the people who do the shit that they offer them. You know what I mean? It's always that way. Also, the amount they say prick and cocksucker in each episode, I'm sure it's going to be over 100.
Well, the site manager wants to renew his contract with Dick, but this Kohler Sanitation.
It's another nationwide company.
Yeah, the Kohler brothers. There's some kind of Czechoslovakian immigrants or some shit. These Polacks, they'll haul paper, plastic, and the aluminum for $7,000 a month, less than Dick. He says if he could tell the commie bosses back in Czechoslovakia to go fuck themselves, he could fucking tell us.
Oh, big man.
I give up.
Fucking garbage business.
Yeah, I know. It's all changing.
What are you doing here?
Hey, Gabriela says me down here for the gabagool.
The gabagool.
Hey, T, let me ask you something. Yeah, I used to go to school with a guy named Artie Bucco.
The situation came up. It involves my uncle. My uncle adds to my general stress level.
Your Uncle Junior is gonna whack Pussy Malanga. He's gonna do it at your friend Artie Bucco's restaurant.
Oh, Hardy, how's your rash? It's itchy. Good to see you. Good to see you.
You know what it means for Arthur? One of these old mutts gets wet in here? Yeah, run his business. I love my uncle. At the same time, when I was young, he told my girl cousins I would never be a varsity athlete, and frankly, that was a tremendous blow to my self-esteem.
You know, somebody called here last night after dark.
Oh,
You think I'd answer? It was dark out.
I'll never understand that. The phone is an auditory thing. Dark is an eye thing. I can understand not going out after dark. You get jumped in the shadows, whatever. But not answering the phone after dark?
Oh, listen to him. He knows everything. What's that?
CD player.
For who? For me? I don't want it.
You know, you love music. All the old stuff's being reissued on CD. All your old favorites. Pajama Game, Connie Francis. Here. Mine needs something to occupy your mind. When Dad died, you're gonna do all kinds of things.
Oh, he was a saint.
I just worry about you.
And don't start with that nursing home business again.
It's not a nursing home. How many times do I gotta say this? It's a retirement community.
I've seen these women in these nursing homes, in these wheelchairs, babbling like idiots.
You just speak to Uncle Junior about Artie, okay? He respects you. He'll listen to you.
If your uncle has business with Arthur, he knows what he's doing.
And I don't.
Well, all I know is daughters are better at taking care of their mothers than sons.
Yeah, and I bought CDs for a broken record.
What I'm seeing from this, now that I'm older, right? I'm not saying like I'm old. I'm saying like I'm older now. Him as a man, he gets no respect, right? No respect, you know? He early on, you saw how it was with them ducks. The very fact that his uncle was about to do what he was going to do, knowing his uncle knows, right? But his uncle is his uncle. So he talks to his mom about it, and his mom is like, he knows what he's doing. So he's getting no respect. So now we getting the groundwork in this pilot of this is a man who commands respect from others, but really within his own unit, within the family, and the family, is he getting that respect? Let's see.
And I expect to see you tonight at Anthony Jr.'s birthday party with your baked ziti.
Only if I'm picked up and I'm brought back home. I don't drive when they're predicting rain.
You're a healthy girl.
She's not coming. Who? Grandma just called. Started crying and hung up.
She needs a purpose in life.
No, your mother is tougher than you think.
So what, no fucking ziti now?
Hey!
At first, it felt like ginger ale in my skull. Dr. Cusimano put me in the hospital. Gave me every kind of test.
Think I got a brain tumor?
Well, we're gonna find out.
What a bedside manner. Very encouraging.
What, are you gonna not know?
Hey, all I'm saying is no marriage is perfect.
Well, having that Kumar on the side helps.
I told you I'm not seeing her anymore. How do you think I feel having that priest around all the time?
Don't even go there, all right? Father is a spiritual mentor. He's helping me to be a better Catholic.
Yeah.
His third eye was open. He saw.
We all got different needs.
What's different between you and me is you're going to hell when you die.
We gotta stop the madness. Garbage business is changing. You and I are the younger generation. We have issues in common. The reason for the visit, got it all deployed for you. Taste the wares, email.
Emil.
Call him email.
Back down.
Who do you think you are? I'm the person who says how things go. That's who I think I am. Now listen, Artie's dinner business is nice, upscale people from the suburbs. Don't ruin his life. Vesuvio is where pussy feels safe. You kill him someplace else.
Yo, look at this guy in the back.
You may run
His
North
head on the
Jersey, but you
swivel.
don't run your Uncle Junior. How many fucking hours did I spend playing catch with you?
What do you have, raccoons?
Somebody's jimmying a window.
What?
You have all these security lights. Who would try and,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Jeez, Louise.
She bring out the motherfucking chopper.
Meadow, you snuck out. What's going on? You locked my bedroom window on
God
purpose
dang.
so I get caught.
Normal people thought you were upstairs doing your homework.
But Patrick's swim meet is tomorrow, and he needed me.
You're not going to Aspen with Hunter Scangarello. That's where you're not going.
Melfi. What part of the boot you from, hun?
Dr. Melfi. My father's people were from Caserta.
Avellino. My mother would have loved it if you and I got together.
He tried to do that smooth shit, and she just looked right through him like.
Whatever happened to Gary Cooper? The strong, silent type. He wasn't in touch with his feelings. He just did what he had to do. See, what they didn't know was once they got Gary Cooper in touch with his feelings, that they wouldn't be able to shut him up. I had a semester and a half of college, so I understand Freud. I understand therapy as a concept. But in my world, it does not go down.
Do you feel depressed? Do you feel depressed?
Since the Ducks left.
The ducks that preceded your losing consciousness. Let's talk about them.
You can't blame Pete for being pissed. You whacked this kid. You should have waited for me,
It's
Christopher.
the last time I show any fucking initiative.
The caller uncle is gonna find a kid dead on one of his bins and get out of our fucking business? No way.
Louis Brazzi sleeps with the fishes.
It's Luca.
Luca Brasi. The callers know the kid is dead. It hardens their position. Plus now, the cops are looking for a fucking murderer.
So what do you want to do?
He disappears. He never comes home. They know, but they don't know.
Right.
They hope maybe he'll turn up.
The fact they gotta explain it to him shows how terrible he is at this fucking job, and he probably shouldn't be given this responsibility.